Hello everyone, it's me Vars, and in this video I'm going to give you an update for this whole entire week, mainly on the severe weather threats that we have all piled up coming through for the rest of this week, as well as what's going on right now, alerts, indices, and more. So I hope you enjoy. Trying to keep it nice and quick while giving you guys the most information and latest information you need to know. And yeah, let's get right into it. So, starting out with the National Weather Service and alerts and indices right now, it's pretty active, okay, all across the U.S. So, let's work our way west to east. In the west, more specifically the southwest, we got high wind warnings and red flag warnings, so very windy and hot, warm conditions. If we head to the north central U.S., you also have red flag warnings and special weather statements, also about fire and the conditions that make it conducive for fire spreading, as well as in Montana, where we have some winter storm watches, warnings, and advisories, given we still have some intermountain snow going on. Down in Texas, we have some heat advisories going on, along with some dense fog advisories. And then going on to the east, we have some flood warnings and watches, all sporadically over here in the mid-Atlantic, deep south, and even into Florida, because we have this one low-pressure system that's going to trek its way and going to cause heavy, heavy rain through this area for the next few days. Not even just one day, few days. Through midweek, possibly, especially for areas into the northeast. So that's what's going on right now and in the next few days. Going on to the severe weather outlook, which is the main talk of the game for this week. So today, relatively light, just a marginal threat. There was a small tornado threat today. Same with the wind and hail, but nothing too significant to talk about yet. Day 2, it gets even less. Okay, so just a general storm risk, garden variety at best. Day 3, it starts to spice up. We're going to have this upper level low that starts to dive through this ULL, and this is going to bring some energy and conducive conditions for thunderstorms, a slight risk for the north central U.S., including areas of Nebraska and the Dakotas. This is day 3, so this would be Wednesday. Now, days 4 through 8, this is where it gets interesting. This ULL decides to track eastward, and with it, it yoinks in warm air and warm, moist air from the south. It brings down some cooler, drier air from the west, and then you'll have some type of dry line and storm threat developing out here in the Midwest, including areas of Illinois, Indiana, whole state of Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Wisconsin, Michigan, and even parts of Ohio, Iowa, etc. Kentucky. So this will be a very interesting threat to hold on to watch out for. Day 5, it actually shifts south. So this would affect areas of western Tennessee, western Kentucky, northeastern Arkansas, southeastern Missouri, and it's a small threat, but it would still be pretty impressive. Day 6, too low. 7 and 8 too low, but I will tell you this. Here, you know what? Let's do this on the fly. Okay. Um, right here, this is the CIPS, CSU, SBC hazard probabilities. So this shows multiple sources of information. So let's go to the probabilities of day low. So day 5 is Friday. Here only shows areas of Kentucky, right? But you look at these, it bleeds up into the northeast. Like here's the CIPS. I mean, very interesting that 30% over in the mid-Atlantic. So Friday's a day to watch for most of these areas. Saturday, nothing on the SBC, but a widespread risk all the way from the south into the northeast. And even on Sunday and Monday, we have a threat. Just SBC's trying to keep it conservative and not put anything out yet. But I expect that to change. So let's go on to the forecasting part. So this new site has been posted. It's been going pretty popular on social media. It's known as Aguacero Weather, wx.com. So I'm going to be using this because I really do think it's a very, very nice source, especially for severe weather. So this is instability, also known as CAPE, also known as convective available potential energy. This is what fuels thunderstorms, what strengthens them, what helps them to thrive in the conditions that they develop in, etc. So this is the next 2 days. You see, we got some CAPE trying to spark up over here, but nothing too crazy, given we don't have a trader. Now, here, for example, this is that severe threat on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. This is the Thursday severe threat. You got CAPE all the way up to 4,500. I mean, you got CAPE probably peaking up to maybe 5,000 in localized areas. So that is very, very impressive. This is one model, but this is right in here. So if you're gonna get a dry line through here, okay, which usually sparks storms, and as it progresses west or eastward, you're gonna have sparks, you're gonna have thunderstorms, and they're gonna explode in these areas. Now you might have a cap, which might prevent certain widespread activity, but any storm that pops off will likely have a big damaging wind threat, hail threat, anything, just given how much cape we have. Like, this is very, very sufficient. 3,000, 4,000 in this area. So very, very sufficient. So this is Thursday, May 15th. You can see by this timestamp down on the bottom right. Getting into Friday. Okay, this is kind of the widespread threat. So into the northeast. So here you got some good cape, 4,616 all through the south central and central U.S. And then going into the northeast, you have some around 1,000, 2,000. GFS a little weaker for Friday on this model run. And then Saturday and Sunday, it still keeps going, but stays more confined, and then it gets uncertain as you keep going out. But looks to continue in the next week. I mean, even some severe threats showing up here. And then as we continue, it starts to die down, but this is obviously way too far. This is all the way to the end of May. So that's one parameter. If we look at the bulk shear, this kind of reflects a tornado threat. We'll go all the way out to Thursday. And you do have shear up in here, so you will likely have some light tornado threat. Okay, and even into the northeast on Friday. And even Saturday, there's a risk of severe weather, not even highlighted by the SPC Storm Prediction Center, but definitely could be another threat. And then it gets uncertain from there. And then, the main driver of the severe weather, the upper level trough back in here. So, let's keep this going. Okay, this is going to bring our precipitation for the east through the rest of these days, okay? When you get to Friday and Thursday, this lifts out and this creates a tight gradient right in here. This is where we're going to start getting storms, okay? Especially where cape is sufficient and other ingredients are sufficient. But this is just the upper levels, okay? Friday, it continues to progress, and you got a threat somewhere in here, okay? You can see that kind of by these wind barbs. I feel like they almost indicate where severe weather will really be prevalent. And even in the Saturday, you have some, given our upper level is up here, and you got some upper level energy down through the central, or the Midwest and through the Southeast. And then even in a Monday, you could have some sparky action getting into the weekend, and then it gets uncertain from there. So, just want to give you guys a quick update. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, it's going to be an active week up ahead.